Hi, my name is Natalie Ledwell. I'm the founder of mymovies.com and the best-selling author of the book Never in Your Wildest Dreams. And today, I'm going to talk about how to set powerful goals to manifest the life of your dreams. So when it comes to setting goals, often you'll find that, I've found in our community that people have set goals before and they've never really reached them. They have this fear of failure and they're scared to set big, audacious goals again because they don't want to go through that fear of failure again. Or they just don't believe that they can happen. And that often happens because of negative programming that we've picked up along our lives. So the reason that most people fail when it comes to setting our goals is that, first of all, you really need to set goals that make you feel uncomfortable. They need to be outside of your comfort zone. They need to feel a little bit scary because the thing is, if you're only setting goals that are within your comfort zone, you're really not moving forward in life. Now remember that when you set these hairy, scary goals, audacious goals, that it's not just you that's going to be creating them or helping you to create them. Okay, remember that you're eliciting the power of the universe and your environment and your community and the people around you. So first of all, you've got to set a goal that's really outside your comfort zone and scares you a little bit. Now the other thing that people do is they don't write down their goals or they make them vague. You know, I think it's that fear of failure, like, well, if I write it down, then I'm kind of committed to it, or if I share it with somebody else, I kind of really need to make it happen. But if you write it down, just the act of writing it down and putting it out on paper and acknowledging that it exists is powerful within itself. It's the same power as if you were creating an intention about what you want to create. What happens is that when you focus on that and you believe it and you write it down, that the wheels of the universe start to turn, and already things are conspiring in the world to help you make that a reality. The next thing that people do, and the reason that they fail, is that they try to develop new strategies and tactics. So you're trying to reinvent the wheel, where really all you need to do is learn from people who have already done these things and already accomplished the goals. So tap into the wealth of knowledge that's around you to make sure that you can help you create that reality and to reach that goal. So here are some guidelines that I recommend that you use to set really powerful goals. And some of these may be a little controversial. Maybe you haven't heard them presented in this way. I know that there's a formula called SMART goals that I don't particularly agree with, and I have a different take on that. So that's what I want to share with you right now. So the first thing in step one is that we're often told that we need to be specific about what we want. And I agree. Yes, we want to be specific, and we don't want to be too specific. Because when we're too specific, what happens is we shut off the flow from the universe and we want it to show up in a particular way. When we're too specific, we're deciding that we know how it's going to happen. But remember, how is not our job. Our job is to know what it is that we want and to start moving towards that goal and to see ourselves already there in our mind and to feel what it's like. So be specific in a way that, what is it that you want to do? Do you want a business or do you want a career? Do you want a loving relationship or do you just want friendship? Do you want complete, mobility of all of your limbs, or you just want to be able to move without pain? Like, what is it that you want? And be specific about that. But then, for example, if you wanted to create a career, and a career that you love, you go, I have a career that I feel passionate about. Now, when you say it like that, there are a gazillion different ways that can show up for you. So by talking about the macro part of what we want, being specific about whether it's a business or a career or what that is, but not specific about how it has to be in this industry and in this particular town and for this particular company, we're not shutting off the flow from the universe. So specific, but not too specific. The second one is to be measurable. And yes, we want to be able to measure that we are actually moving towards our goal and we're going in a positive direction. So setting a goal that's measurable is basically a benchmark that we know that we're on our way to success. So for example, if you have a business or a career goal, then setting a monetary amount of how much you want to be earning is a benchmark as to whether you're actually moving towards that. Maybe the measurable part of it is that you want to be in this new career by March, or you want to be in this new career before the end of the year. So make sure there is a measurable component of what it is that you want to create. So that way you're actually moving forward, and it gives you a target. When you're trying to target the type of action that you want to take, you are targeting it towards a specific benchmark or a measurement that you're working towards. And that really helps you to figure out what action to take next. Okay, so number 3 is go big. Go big or go home. But go big. Now, this is, what I was saying before, you want to set yourself something that makes you uncomfortable. Because this is what I know to be true. If you don't go big and you don't set that scary goal, you will never make it. You will only reach the small, teeny tiny, comfortable ones that you set for yourself without creating any massive success. Now, I get it. Like, I never used to set myself audacious goals because I couldn't figure out how it was going to happen. And I also had a little bit of a self-worth situation going, well, who do I think I am to be able to create that? First of all, it's not just me, and it's not just you. We've got the power of the universe behind us as well. And let's just say that you set a goal of, that you want to create $10,000. And you start to work towards that, and then you get to the $5,000 mark. Okay, first of all, you're way better off than you were before. And you know that if you can do 5,000, you can do 10,000, because it's the same principles. So when you set yourself your goal, make sure that you go big. All right, so number 4, and this is part of the SMART process, they often talk about, you've got to set yourself a time. When you're going to, the time that you're going to create this. Now, what I say is don't stress about the time. Because here's, again, what I know to be true, that if you are clear about what you want, you are visualizing that, you are feeling what it's like to be there, you are taking action, you are aware of all the things that are coming your way, and you're open to receiving everything that the universe sends you, then what's going to happen is that your goal will happen in its own divine timing exactly when it's supposed to. Now, it might not be in your timing, but it's going to be at the right time. So again, when we put this, I find that when you put a time limit on when you want to create a specific goal, what happens is it opens us up to have desperation, to have urgency, to have frustration because we're not as far along, on the timelines that we set ourselves for. And we don't want to fall into the trap of falling into those lower vibrational emotions. We've got to stay in the high vibrational emotions. So when you're in the vibration of surrender and acceptance and belief and knowing, then that's what that's what actually speeds up the manifestation process. So don't stress about the time, okay? Just know that it's going to happen. So, all right, so now that you've set your goals, what do you do next? What do you do to focus on your goals on a daily basis? So first thing you want to do is you want to create a strategy. So what do you need to do? Again, remember, I always in the mornings, I will, ask the question, what do I need to do today? Now, sometimes we set ourselves such a huge goal that it looks like a mountain of effort that needs to happen to make that a reality. Now, when that's the situation, we don't want to spiral down into overwhelm. So what my strategy is in those situations is just to focus on the next step. So you may not have a plan for the whole entire, strategy to get to the end goal. And to be honest with you, you don't want one because the universe is going to be throwing all these different opportunities and resources your way that you will probably change course anyway. So create a strategy on to figure out what to do next and focus on that next step. And every day you take a small step and you're taking that next step forward, you're moving more towards your goal. And that's the way to do it, okay? Now, you want to practice all your tactics. So what do you need to do or how you need to do things to get there? So what that means is, let's just say that you need to learn something new. You need to change your daily practices. You need to meet someone to get the information that you need to be able to move forward. So make sure that when you figure out what that's going to be, that make sure that you start to incorporate those into your day. And the strategy is like the big picture, the tactics, the day-to-day activities that are going to make it happen. So the next thing you want to focus on is the process, which is like the system. So for example, if you want to lose weight, this could include things like hiring a personal trainer, getting an accountability partner. You could look at getting a meal service or getting a chef in. Or you could look at having some kind of accountability partner that helps you cooking with your meals. You know, for me, when I'm on a health kick, I always, like Sunday afternoons, I make sure that I make sure the afternoons are free so I can do a big cook up for the week, put them in little containers, put them in the freezer. So I know that when I'm busy through the week, that I always have something there that I can quickly grab, heat up, and away we go. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you create new habits. Now, this is coming down to your daily practices. So when you're looking at your daily practices, is what you're doing, and especially how you're starting your day, is this in alignment with who you need to be able to step into this new world of wealth and love and happiness that you want? Okay, so what is your morning practice? What are your new habits? You know, and for me, when when you look at the Inspiration Show, which is another show that I have online, I've done over 600 interviews. And when I talk to people about what their daily habits are, it comes down to the big five. You know, you've got your gratitude, you've got your meditation, you've got your focusing on your goals, you've got you taking your action towards your goals, and you've got exercise. So these are all things that are going to make sure that you are the vessel, that you are ready for all the success and the things that are coming your way, because you're setting yourself right up from the beginning of the day. The next thing you want to really do is make sure that you find out what your big why is. Like, why are you going the extra mile? Why are you stepping outside your comfort zone? Why do you want to create this? And when I'm talking about your why, there are 3 different whys that I recommend that you focus on. You want to focus on why when it comes to the people that you serve. So why is the people that you serve, why do you want to help them? And why do you want to create this? Your next why is for the people that you love. You know, is it because you want to send your kids to college? Is it because you want to be able to have more vacations and be able to pay for it? You know, is it because you want to spend more time with your family? So think about the why for your family. And then the third one is your why. And you can be as selfish as you want here. You know, maybe your big why is because, you know, you want to have this feeling of accomplishment. You want to feel like you want to be a great example for your family. You know, maybe it's because you just want to be in something that you love to do so that you can, you know, really show up as the best version of yourself. So whatever that why is, so have those 3 whys: the people that you serve, the people that you love, and for you. The next thing we wanted to really focus on is changing our beliefs. Now, I've mentioned this before in other videos. We have a whole bunch of beliefs and programs that we picked up when we were quite young that really taint the way that we see ourselves, our self-esteem, our self-worth, our ability to create success, our money, our love, everything. So if you realize as you're working towards your goal that you have certain beliefs and thoughts that are coming up for you that are not in alignment of your best self, and for you to create this reality, it's time to change those beliefs. And what you can do is make sure that as they come to the surface and you become aware of these thoughts, write them down. Get them out of your head, get them onto paper. Make sure that you can see them in the light of day and go, you know what, you're not serving me. I'm choosing to release you. And then think about what you're going to replace those thoughts with. What are your new thoughts? What are the opposite of those thoughts? Write those down as well as a positive affirmation. And then when you look at that list, see yourself, visualize yourself already in your mind operating from these new thought paradigms. See the different results that you're getting. See the different outcomes that you're getting. See the way that this changes not just you, but everyone around you. So really focus on changing your beliefs and making sure that your thoughts are in alignment with the best version of you and for the reality that you want to create. Now, before I go, I actually have a question for you. Do you have a different tip that can help others to reach their goals faster? Is there something that you've applied yourself in the past that's really helped to, increase the manifesting process for you? If you have something, please share it in the comment box below. And don't forget to subscribe to the My Movies YouTube channel for more videos on personal growth and the law of attraction. So thank you for joining, thanks for watching, and bye for now.